everybody, welcome to my Suburban Oasis. So today I thought as we were nearing the end of our gardening season here in Michigan in Zone 5B, I would take a little bit of a moment to just pause and reflect on why I've created some of the seating areas I have in my garden. And I think you'll find that one of the things that's really important in gardening is the power of observation. And so I spend a lot of time relaxing in the garden after I've done a lot of work. I just take a time to look around and see what's necessary, kind of observing how the different plants look next to each other, how nature is enjoying it, and just whether or not I'm enjoying the view. So right now I'm sitting up on my deck, and this view that I have includes the fountain, and I really enjoy this view. And if you've watched some of my previous videos, you know that I've even, done a topiary in order to enhance this view and ensure that I could continue to see the fountain from this view. So what I want to do is take you around the garden and show you the different areas that I've created to sit in, what they look like, and the reason why I've chosen them, and what my view is for them. Alright, let's take a look. Here's my first one. So this here is my fountain view. And I really enjoy this view for my deck. It's an awfully wonderful opportunity for me to come out and sit down, enjoy the view, the sounds, listen to the fountain, relax, have a little bit of lunch, maybe even the family dinner at this table here. It's certainly one of my favorite opportunities to be outside, listening to some enjoyable noises, the sounds of nature, and just the gorgeous blooms around me. Let's take a look at my second view. I think it's really important to create garden spots where you can observe your garden from multiple viewpoints, get different little pieces of it. And I think that when you sit here and you enjoy it from different aspects, you can get different views and you can really become a better garden designer. So in addition to that, it's important to make those spots comfortable so that you want to sit there and enjoy the garden and think about what it is that you can do to improve it or simply just relax. So here I am right now on my bench. I've got a lot of cushions, and that's because I put these out all around whenever it's a lovely day so that I can enjoy the weather. This particular spot I created so that I could enjoy the fountain a little bit closer. In addition, I have some wonderful beds right here that I just enjoy the plantings so much that I thought I would grab this bench. This bench was something that I bought off of Facebook Marketplace. I got it for $25. It's not anything that's really fancy, it's just wood, it's sturdy, and it's something that I can sit on and enjoy the garden. So I encourage you to look around and check out what different opportunities you may have to get some old things from neighbors or from Facebook or even resale shops that can help you enjoy your garden more and give you opportunities to sit out and observe your garden. Let's take a look at what I see from this view. So as you can see, this one was definitely waiting for me to happen. This was one of the areas where I felt like I had some amazing plantings, some amazing views, and just really needed an opportunity to sit here, have a drink, enjoy some time by myself. It feels a bit secluded since I added this elephant ear to my right. Kind of creates a little alcove for me to sit in and enjoy some of these blooms. So I have these beautiful hydrangeas over here which are getting ready to bloom. These are incredibles that I planted this year. And I have some phlox. I have all sorts of annuals and perennials in this bed that bloom pretty prolifically throughout the year. And I think it's really important to have things to enjoy at different times of the season so that I can enjoy the different parts of my yard. I really have tried to create a non-stop garden, one in which wherever I look there is something that is in bloom at any given time, or there is some amazing foliage that I just want to take a look at and feast my eyes on. I feel like whenever I sit down in this spot, I want to call it my favorite spot, but I feel that way about several different spots within my yard. So let's take a look at the next one. So the seating area we just came from was in full sun most of the day. It's a wonderful place to sit in the early morning or even sometimes in the evening, but it definitely gets very warm in the mid to late afternoon because the sun is just shining on it. It faces south and there's a brick wall right behind it. Over here, I face north. Behind me, there's the rest of our property, the way back garden, as well as multiple bushes and shrubs and trees that help to provide for shade. So while I'm sitting here, I really have the opportunity to cool down. I can sit and rest in between garden chores. And I also have the opportunity to look back at almost the entire back garden. And so it's just a wonderful place to sit in the afternoon when I feel like I need respites from a hot day's work. So this bench itself was something that I also got off Marketplace. I think I got it for less than $50. I don't recall the exact price, but it was something someone was getting rid of in a divorce, and they were really happy to see it go to someone who was going to use it in their garden. I'm certainly happy to have it here, and I've been able to create a little bit of a focal point as well here by using my Buddha, some amazing sticks from the hickory tree that we cut down last year, some cute little bird cages that I have as well, and then some other trimmings and stakes that I use around the garden. So I want to show you the view now that I have from this spot. So as I look out from this bench, I can see a lot of different activity that's going on, especially in the pool if I feel like sitting in the shade while my son is playing. But I also can see this lovely plum tree that I planted. This is the thundercloud plum, which is absolutely gorgeous, and I can't wait for it to get larger. And then next to it, I have the Cirsus canadensis over to the right. Far beyond that, I can see the fountain and the arborvitae, and I can really get a little bit of a glimpse of all of the different colors along the long border. And it's certainly an opportunity for me to take a look at some of the things that are even closer around me, including the boxwood and the hostas, and taking a look at these plantings that I have along this border. It gives me an opportunity just to check out how the shade borders are going, how the beds are growing on, and whether or not there's some changes that I need to make. I can check out whether or not there are some weeds that are popping up along the path. If I need to come through with a blower, which I probably do right now because the path is a little bit dirty after all of the divisions I've been making. But it's also just a really nice respite, again, from the sun and the hustle and bustle, and a very quiet place. I feel like it's a bit secluded, and it gives me a little alcove to sit and enjoy. Okay, let's move on to the next one. So this is my garden swing. This is another one of my favorite places to stop. This has shade at certain points of the day, so there's sometimes when it's not as fun to sit here because it's hot, but I certainly love doing a swing. I have this wonderful stool that's right here that's made out of brass that my grandmother had at her home, and since she's passed, it's a wonderful reminder of her, and I love having it in my garden. It's a great place to put a drink or a snack when I'm sitting down and resting in between garden chores. This swing was something that once had a canopy over it, and in addition to the canopy, I had a giant hickory tree that was creating shade over here, but I don't have that anymore. So I do have some shade that comes from behind me as well as from the hawthorn that is over to my side. And I'm really looking forward to seeing this standard Pinky Winky hydrangea growing larger, which is getting some blooms right now. So I want to show you a little bit about the view that I can see from here. So from here I can also see almost the whole backyard, but I also get a little bit of a different perspective. I can see it from this side. I definitely am closer to some of the pots that I have here, the ones on this end, and the tropical garden. So I can see things from very much a different angle. I also enjoy very much looking at this cute little bird bath. It is absolutely amazing. As you can see right now, it has some beautiful reflections in it. The birds love to bathe in it, and it's something that the chipmunks and squirrels often come to in order to get a little bit of water. So it's a lovely little wildlife sanctuary. I actually saw a toad over here earlier today. And so I encourage people again to get something that allows you to relax. I also have a hammock. Some people call them hammocks and some people call them hammocks. And so whatever way you pronounce them, I would just say that they are a wonderful addition to your yard. It gives you an opportunity to lay back and rest, give it a little swing, and just stare up at the sky while you're enjoying the scents or the sounds or even the views of your garden. All right, let's take a look at what it looks like when I'm going into the other seating area I have here in the tropical garden. So this area in my tropical garden is wonderful to relax in the late afternoon. I have these awesome chaise lounges. I also got these off of Facebook Marketplace. I took our old diving board and I used a big chunk of glass to put a nice little coffee table here, so it's perfect to set my drinks on. Can you tell I like to have drinks in the garden? It's a great place to do it and just relax, whether it's an iced tea, whether it's an iced water, or an iced hard drink, an adult beverage. So I love to come over here because in the afternoon, the space is east, behind me is west where the sun is setting. And so I have the opportunity to sit in a little bit of shade while looking at the end of my garden and the long border at the other side. I can be encompassed by all of these beautiful tropical plants I've really enjoyed this year, and there's a wonderful fragrance that stems from many of the plants that I have here, including the seven sunflower, which has its bracts showing right now in all of their glory. So let me take a minute to show you what I see from here. Obviously, one of the things that I like to bring to you is the realness of my garden, and that is that I have a 9-year-old son, we have a pool, and we really enjoy spending time out here together, as well as just having things around to make things fun. So you'll see that we have things that are sitting around that are meant to clean the pool, or a basketball hoop for enjoying the pool. But that set aside, and that being a reality of day-to-day life, I think we have a beautiful setting here to look over to. Of course, I can see the fountain from afar. I can still hear it. I can see the long border. I can see my plants. I can enjoy the backwoods back here. I can feel like I am in a private sanctuary, even though I really am in the suburbs. As you can see, when I'm surrounded by things like the seven sunflower and the dahlias and the beautiful banana plant, it just feels like I'm immersed in the foliage. Absolutely amazing. I wonder about what things you guys are doing to create sanctuaries for yourself, places where you can sit within your garden to truly enjoy it. Because a lot of people look at gardens as work, but I think that they are a wonderful way to provide some great therapy for yourself, as well as just everyday enjoyment and relaxation, especially after a long day of work. Alright, I have another view that I'd like to show you from back here. I'm going to skip over the fireplace because I don't have anything that's naturally sitting there. We do sometimes sit on the stones over there, but I'd like to take you now into the potager garden. So here we are in the potager, one of my favorite areas to sit in. This is a wonderful area to sit in when it's cooler outside because it definitely gets full sun most of the day. I do feel a bit like I'm in an alcove here because I've planted several 9-barks right in front of me. And I did that on purpose because I wanted to create a little bit of an alcove, something that felt like I was kind of in a bit of a, not really a cave, but something that was really cozy. So I really am enjoying this area. I'm definitely looking to see how I can continue to create it. I was hoping to put some arches, you know, the 9-barks grow in these arching habits. So I'm hoping to create some arches that I can walk through. I don't know if they'll get that tall or not, but I certainly think they're beautiful the way they are no matter what. I also have a wonderful view of all of my vegetables, my strawberries, and these paths and these beautiful bricks that I have used. I got this bench off Facebook Marketplace. This bench was about $25. It's old, it's used, but it really feels good to find something that someone else is getting rid of that you can reuse. It's good for the environment and just saves dollars also. So if you don't have Facebook Marketplace or good opportunities there, check out some of your resale shops, or even think about maybe trying out neighborhood apps. Like we have a neighborhood app that's awesome. People are often putting out free things or things that are at low prices. Garage sales and estate sales are also wonderful places to find gardening items. So let me show you a little bit about what my view looks from here. So sitting here in the potager, I have this wonderful view of this gorgeous wrought iron table that was also my grandmother's that I use just to set things on, and it's a wonderful memory of her. And I love looking at these bricks. Again, they're just a great find. This beautiful pathway, And along with these new planters that I got, I have these on both sides now. I had just some on the other side, and I thought I would get some matching ones. They were at Lowe's for a very good price. And I planted some of those plants that I recently got on my plant haul right here. And I'm planning to overwinter some of those there. So you can see what a lovely view it is just to sit here and feel like you're right in the garden. There's often some really wonderful scents from the roses that come out of here. There are marigolds in here. There's chives. There are so many different things. I have foxgloves that are planted here, and there's irises, which are a beautiful, wonderful scent to have early in the summer. And then I can also see from afar the plantings that I have in that far bed where the lady is. It's just a great place to sit and go, I wonder what I'm going to pick for harvest today. Do I have some peppers or some tomatoes? Do I have some onions or some lettuce? And I just think the colors in this area are beautiful. Makes me feel a little bit like I'm in an English garden. I hope you all have enjoyed this video today. I know one of my favorite things to do is when I'm tired, I'm in the middle of gardening, I'm getting hot and sweaty, or I'm just at the end of a long work day, coming out into the garden and relaxing. And to me, it's so important to not only develop those opportunities to sit and relax, but also just to observe the garden and see what's growing, what may be popping up that you need to take care of. And I know that I find that whenever I sit in the garden, I end up getting back up and doing more gardening. What about you? All right, thanks again for joining me today, and we will see you next time. Bye!